Hi, welcome back to the weekly design roundup with Viv. And on today's agenda, we're covering the work in progress of a lyric video, lines and lines, so exploring a new graphic style, and gradients, so exploring a new graphic style as well, which I'm super excited about. First up is initial explorations of the lyric video. So the music that the lyric video is for is a very puppy type of love where one person has a crush on someone who they put on a pedestal and they really admire. And so it seemed that it would be really suitable with a type of handwritten feel. And so looking at Ed Sheeran's lyric videos as a really main point of reference was the go-to. And so I went on Procreate and I was writing out the lyrics there, and it was an interesting process because I haven't focused on my handwriting that much before, especially for example calligraphy, where I thought that it might just be nice to just capitalize everything and just have that really raw, friendly type of feel. And then I also explored animations, so I really liked how they animated it on Ed Sheeran's music video, so I tried it out. I'm not sure if it's going to go in the final cut though. Yeah, we'll see about that. But this importing stage, it was a process because each layer, each word had to be labeled and then put in these different folders to be accessed later, as can be seen here when I'm editing it all out. And yeah, the process of making sure that each word matches the music, it was interesting, and I feel like it took a lot of patience to time everything like that, but it was really cool just to see it come all together. Obviously this is still in the rough stages, and even now I'm not sure if it's going to stay handwritten or if I'm going to change the concept so it'll all be typed up, but we'll see how we go. But it was really fun to be able to watch it back and then see those words that I wrote on screen. Yeah, so that was fun. And then I was also testing out animating some of the drawings I did, and so here I had this concept of the sun and the moon. So as the sun sets, the moon comes out, and so I was just playing around with the timestamps and where the sun and moon rotate, and it sort of reminded me of, I think 2-3 years ago I took an intro to multimedia unit and I was playing around with After Effects, and I think it might have been 2 years since I last touched After Effects, unless I'm forgetting something. But yeah, so it was nice to just play around with skills that I've learned before and also learn some new shortcuts and new skills. Next up is a recreation of a graphic design poster that I saw, which had these lines and these gradients, which I've been seeing trending a lot, and I thought I might as well try it out and try out a new style. So this sort of style feels reminiscent of a basketball court or a sports court. I'm not sure where the lines have been inspired from. And in general, how do you research where graphic design trends have come from? Is there a source that people know, or is it somewhere you just see it on Pinterest, or you see templates enough that they pop up and you're like, oh, I guess this is the new trend, and then you just imitate it. Yeah, so anyways, this one included having a linear gradient in the background, and then putting lines over it just to imitate the poster on the left, and then putting a gradient map on a model that I found online, which was I think from Pexels or Unsplash, and then using this cursive font which looks so nice. Using this cursive font and imitating where it was placed as well, and then just rearranging and making sure that everything's aligned properly the way I like. I really like this type of style. It looks really cute. It feels simple but it also feels like there's purpose in where the lines are. And I think with these type of new trends, it's like you have to make it your own. Like obviously I'm copying it just as a point of reference directly, but when it comes to making your own designs of this type of style, you have to be mindful of making it your own style and not just copying anyone else's lines just right off the bat, I guess. But yeah, so I'll have to see how it goes, like looking at creating my own lines with this type of overlapping circle, oval style. I really like the detail of having the writing on the sides. Like obviously it's not that readable, but I think from the perspective of just aesthetics, I guess, it looks super cute to have writing on the side. And here I'm just putting in my logo and just copying the way that they have it on the poster and just putting a gradient map, or I think just, yeah, putting a gradient map over it and just doing my final touches and making sure that everything's aligned. And yeah, so this is the original from Jim and X Jamie, and this is my one on the right. Next up is trying out a new graphic style, which is using gradients. I'm not really sure if it's a new graphic style because I've seen it trending last year or the other year as well, but I think it's just become more apparent in designs and thought it was time to just try it out myself. And I've seen these type of graphics where it has people and you like put an aura around it and you represent the aura with a gradient color of your choice. And I saw this one from The Alchemist and it was so nice, and I just wanted to give it a practice and try and recreate it myself. And so I didn't show it in this process, but I went on Illustrator on my iPad and just traced out these stock images that I found of people, which sort of had poses reminiscent of the original poster, and cut them out, and then I airdropped it to my MacBook, and then I put them into Photoshop where I'm editing mostly all my posters, unless there's type specific things, and I'll be going on Illustrator for all my other designs. But yeah, so it was really fun to see this type of gradient. Like it's not just one gradient color, it has combinations. I think just yellow in the middle of all of them. Even the one at the top, it has some mini gradients, like it looks like mini stars or mini souls around them, and it just feels very calming. It feels very nice. I really like it. Just this whole gradient, like I feel like that's what's inspired me with this theme of the weekly roundup. It definitely means that I'm going to be putting so much more gradients in everything that I do until I find another trend that I really like. But the gradients, it just feels so soft and feels really nice to see. Yeah, and it's just so nice. And this, I'm just finishing it up, and the process of creating it was pretty simple. I think I just used the brush tool and just made it 0% hardness, and that was it. And I was like, okay, that's my auras, and I was just doing that to imitate all of them. And then even the quote at the bottom and having the mind, body, soul, I feel like that's so smart, like an extra touch. And I just really love this type of style, and I hope to put more of it in my future works because it's just so good. And this is the original, and this is my recreation. Overall, I loved it so much. Thank you so much for watching.